What's going on, everybody? Tony Redgrave here, signing on for a gaming rant, and I haven't done one in a while, but I got a good one for you. Mortal Kombat X, or 10, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And this is another what the fuck, really. Mainly because I just got through playing it, and it's horrible. And I'm not talking about playing it on the iPhone 4 either. I got to play it on the Xbox One. And wow. Well, okay, here's the thing. I was playing the story, which is god-awful right off the bat. And you'll understand why if you play it. But let's just say they're trying to make a story about Johnny Cage. That's really what the whole story is about. Now, sure, you play as other characters, but it's basically kind of a Johnny Cage, Cassie Cage story. None of the other characters are really fleshed out by it. Not only that, characters that I personally, at least, found a lot more interesting. Like Farrah Tor, for instance, and Aaron Black, they didn't get a story. They got little brief cameos where it's like, oh yeah, okay, this guy's the dude with the guns, this is the little girl riding on the back of a giant fucking monster, you fight him once or twice, you're done, okay? Next one, let's go back to talking about how Johnny Cage saved the world, okay? And then let's go now, here we are at the end. Let's have Cassie Cage save the world the exact same way that we saw in the beginning of the game. So, yeah, for the story, no. Come on. And personally, to Ed Boon, come on, man. Dude, the original Mortal Kombat, you know, you made it. You helped make it. You're fucking president of, I think, NetherRealm Studios? I'm not sure if you're the president of it or not. But the first Mortal Kombat was badass. It didn't have a fucking story. It had the tower, and you just fought your way up the tower. And that was more enjoyable than this shit. Not only that, I also played online, and it seems that Scorpion and Sub-Zero are still favorites. Because they're the only fucking characters that are being played as. Really, people? I mean, Jason Voorhees just came out, like, last week, if not a few days ago. Sometime recently. And I actually got to try him out, too, and his style was one of the only good ones I liked. His basic machete style. His other two styles were completely stupid. And not only that, most of the older characters have gotten really boring. And it's not because that we've just seen them so much and these new characters are fucking awesome. Because the new characters are even worse than the old ones. It's like, alright, let's see. What are we going to listen to with the new characters for their intro dialogues? We can listen to, Cassie Cage can try to mimic Johnny Cage's humor, which doesn't seem to work. Or, we can listen to Jax's daughter talk about some shit with Takeda. Like, we're going to whip each other's asses, I'm sure. And it's just awful. It's almost a train wreck in a way that the versus mode online and the story have gotten so bad. But I'm not even done yet. Another thing, this whole faction bullshit is even worse. Especially if you want to join the Special Forces group, but first off, who does? Let's be honest with ourselves. And second off, the Lin Kuei seemed to be the dominant faction. Seriously? Sub-Zero's group? I mean, I get that there isn't a faction for Scorpion, because I'm sure everybody would fucking join that. But, come on, there's gotta be more people out there who like playing on the teams like Special Forces. Me personally, I was playing on the Black Dragons team, because it wasn't my profile I was using, it was a buddy of mine's, who I'm not going to mention for private reasons. But, just, it's an embarrassment almost, to say that I've played it. And this whole faction kills, they're so ridiculous. I mean, some of them, they don't even properly represent their faction. You think with the Lin Kuei, just as like a starter, because they're like ice necromancers, or they're ice mancers, basically. You think they wouldn't suck so much, but they do. And everyone, hold on a second, my iPhone's being an asshole. H, blah 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 blah. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, the Mortal Kombat rant. Yeah, but along with the other faction kills, I mean, the Black Dragons faction kills, some of them don't even make sense. I mean, I'm not gonna get too much into it, because I do have one more quick thing I gotta talk about. But it's just awful. And not only that, some of these fatalities, which is what I've been talking about, are really kind of dull. I mean, it's like they were just making them just so that way they could be gruesome. I mean, what happened to, like, the surprise of the fatalities? Like, oh shit, look at that. Liu Kang just dropped a fucking Mortal Kombat arcade box on somebody. What happened to that? And not only that, the brutalities are so damn difficult to pull off, while the fatalities are so easy to pull off, that there's no real skill to it. It's like you're pulling off a fatality just to insult people, and if you manage to do a brutality, it's really just to be an asshole. Because it really just makes you look like, oh, I took up all this time just to fucking beat the shit out of somebody. And not even get a reward for it, I might add. But last but not least, and this is the worst thing about it, is the tower challenges, where you can do the test your might, which is really retarded how you end up getting killed every time you fail. I mean, like, seriously? Seriously? Honestly? You're just gonna really, it's like, okay, I'm already pissed that I couldn't break this object, and now you're gonna insult me even more by killing off my favorite character. Okay. Okay. Fine. And then you got the test your luck, which is really embarrassing. And really annoying as well. Because luck never seems to be in your favor. It's either you and your enemy get fucked over, only you get fucked over, or your enemy gets some kind of badass buff. What the hell? That's all I'm saying. I mean, if I had to rate this game, I'd have to give it 5 out of 10 just for the graphics alone. I can say that on Xbox One, the graphics look fucking amazing. Especially with a high definition plasma TV. But other than that, there's really nothing to look forward to. Oh, and on top of all of that shit, let me just add one more thing to it, another reason. This quitality bullshit. It just adds time to people quitting because you're winning against them. I had a few of these where people just logged off and their heads exploded. It's like, oh, quitality. Like, great, another fucking wimp. Alright, next combatant. It's like, oh, no, another fucking quit. Thanks. But my head's gonna explode if I fucking keep going on with this. This is Tony Redgrave signing off and hoping you have a wonderful day. And please, take Mortal Kombat 10 back. Maybe when you make Mortal Kombat 11 and it's got a good story that we want, by the way, and when you don't fucking just try to throw in all these extras and get a little bit more variation into it, maybe we'll enjoy it. But until then, why? Goodbye, everybody.